To become a millionaire always begins inside the boardroom of your mind. Most people think that if I buy certain things, I'm acting as if I am a millionaire. But if you're not careful, that will make you go broke. I have seen many people pretending they're millionaires, buying the latest car, buying the latest upmarket fashion items on credit cards, and then they suddenly wake up one day and they are in huge debt because they were trying to keep up with the Joneses. They were trying to convince themselves that if they acted as a millionaire, one day they would wake up and ta-da, they have arrived. But I have discovered that if you want to become a millionaire, and many people don't talk about this, is you have to begin inside the boardroom of your mind. And this is a process, and it takes time to convince your subconscious mind that you are a millionaire. And this is hard work because you are dealing with the report card syndrome. You are looking at your bank account, you're looking at your sales sheet, you're looking at where you are living, and it's not that of a millionaire's setting yet. But I do know this, that many people have become millionaires on a park bench when they have been homeless. And it all begins by you convincing yourself that you are a millionaire already, and you start to think, feel, and act mentally first before it manifests on the outside. And so in order to create this image, and it is a new self-image, it's a new identity of you being a millionaire, and it has to become normal inside the deep recess of your subconscious mind. And so to begin the process, you have to get clear about this new version of yourself. How do they think? How do they feel? And how do they behave? And so you start to create this image, and you get crystal clear with this image over a period of time, and you do it in a relaxed state 3 times a day, where you're constantly going inside the boardroom of your mind, and you are actually seeing yourself in possession of great wealth and seeing yourself differently to the way you are acting right now. Now, you don't see yourself on the screen of your mind as if you're in a movie theater watching this movie. Rather, you must be the first person. So you actually have to see yourself driving the Porsche Cayenne or whatever car you prefer. You have to actually see yourself in your beautiful home, looking out, sipping a cup of coffee so you can actually taste the coffee or the tea, looking out at the view you have manifested. And this needs to be repeated over and over and over again. This is the identity shift work that many people don't talk about. And so here is a suggestion, take what you like, leave the rest, of how I am constantly trying to have an identity, not constantly trying, I am having an identity shift every single day. That is a lifestyle. That is a lifestyle. Saturating my subconscious mind with a new version of myself, because I know that that old self-image that was programmed inside of me, and you've been programmed with the self-image of who you are, what you are worth, and what you are capable of. We've all been programmed with what I call a mistaken identity. So it is our responsibility to change it. In fact, we're the only ones that can change it with our thinking. And so to begin the process, this is a suggestion. Get very clear about the lifestyle you would love to be leading, or how much money you would love to be earning, or if you're a business owner, what sort of business would you love to have? How much would you love to earn per month, every month? And then you write out a new version of yourself that is in alignment with that goal. So how does this new version think, feel, and act? And you will literally write out a movie script. And you write out the movie script, then you go into the boardroom of your mind 2 or 3 times a day in a relaxed state, and you are that new version of yourself. And you constantly are crystallizing the picture to make it more clear, more specific. And of course, the more often you imagine this new version of yourself and get emotionally involved with this new lifestyle and this new you, then what you are doing is you are putting out to the unseen forces this new version, this new lifestyle, and it's the emotion of this new you, because this is a different vibration of you, not this current version, but this vibration is going out, and what you are seeking is always seeking you. So this is what I've done. And if you would love support, I'm happy to jump on a call and go deeper with some other processes to help you manifest this new version. So book a call with me and I will help you get crystal clear with what you would love to be. Because remember, results don't come from what you are doing. Most people are trying to change their results with the doing. That's with the shopping, right? That is with going to fancy restaurants. They're trying to do it with actions, but they haven't changed the self-image inside. And that's the root cause of the effects that you will have when you shift the self-image. So what you need to do is write out the script. So here's my juicy script I've written out, and I read it often, all day. It's on my desk. I'm constantly looking at it. And then I spend time throughout the day going inside the boardroom of my mind and acting from the script inside the imagery that I've created. And I have manifested actually a very new version of myself that is very different to what I used to be even a year ago. Because once you reach one level of success, you need to create another script to go to another elevated version of yourself. Most people stop and they fail to remember that you can't outperform your old self-image. So you have to constantly be evolving yourself, elevating your self-image to take your results to another level, right? Most people fail to realize it's the self-image that creates the results. It's not the doing. The doing is part of the inspired ideas that come to you that you act on. But I'm going to say the first place to start, and most people don't talk about it, is the identity shift begins, first of all, of you becoming a millionaire begins inside the boardroom of your mind. So book a call. Happy to jump on a call and help you get very clear with this version of yourself.